Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have a Lenovo laptop. This is a Lenovo IdeaPad 5. The exact model for this one is an 15ITL05. And in this video I'm going to show you guys how you can open it up and how you can add or remove the storage in here. They do give you with a 256 gig SSD or 500 gig SSD. I see many people call up Lenovo and they're like, oh no, maximum you can go is 500 gig, you can't go anything over that. That's really not true. I'm going to show you guys, demonstrate to you how you can access that storage and how you can remove it or add it. Just remember, by removing the main storage in here and you put a new one in, you have to reinstall Windows freshly from the USB drive. I made a video how to create your Windows 10 or Windows 11 USB boot drive, and I'll leave those links in the video description. It's really simple. Once you create it, you just plug it in and power it on, and it will take you boot up to the USB. It will take you like installing any program through the few steps. And once you're inside the Windows, you update the Windows, all the drivers will be installed with no problem. It's really easy. It takes literally 5 to 10 minutes on this CPU. And you can follow any of my Windows installation to get the best of the Windows so you don't get those extra bloatware installed. So follow any of my installation guide on Windows 11. In this video, I'm just going to demonstrate how to access that storage. All right, first thing first, you want to power off and you want to back up your file. Now, you have an storage in here as SSD. I'll leave the link for SSD enclosure that you can purchase, and you can put your SSD in here and has a little enclosure. We'll convert it to USB-C so you can have an external storage too. So you can take advantage of that SSD the old SSD. All right, so first thing first, power off, flip it upside down, grab yourself a good screwdriver set. I purchased myself this iFixit screwdriver set. We are going to be using a Torque number 5 and a Phillips number 1. If you get a Pro set, they will include you with an opening tools and some tweezers. If not, grab yourself a metallic guitar picks. These are really suitable for opening cases and covers. And you will need a curved or straight tweezers. And tweezers are not that necessary, but it's good to have. So down here, we're going to see two types of screws, the short ones and the long ones. There's only 3 long screws, one in the back corner on each corner and one in the back mid. So this back row, these are the longest screws. So you want to remove them and keep them in a separate pile. And the side screws are short ones. The front ones are the short screws. So the rest of the screws, they are the same. So remove the rest of the screw and keep them in separate piles as they're the same. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you find my videos really helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking the like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. It helps and motivates me to make more videos, take requests, and answer your questions in the comment area. I appreciate that. All right, now that we remove this screw, so we have 2 types of screws. We're going to grab ourselves the opening tool. We're going to start from one corner in the back by the hinges. You want to stick the guitar pick about 1 or 2 millimeters inward and just rotate, and you're going to hear big click sound. Do this all around on the side towards the front. So pretty much you're sticking there about 1 or 2 millimeters. I'm not sticking the whole guitar pick in. And you're going to hear a big click sound. That's what you want to hear. Those are the clips are getting loosened up. Do this all around in the front. Work yourself to the side, to the back corner, to the other end. Once you did that, you want to put it down, grab it from the back corners, and just work it around, and it will release the rest of the clips. All right, and down here we can see right over here, there's a one short NVMe. Right in here is a Gen 3 NVMe. And they do give you a short NVMe, but they give you a little extension so you can reach it all the way to here. In order to remove the storage, you don't need to disconnect the battery. It's absolutely not necessary. And when you're going to work with the screw, there's nothing that you can actually hit to create a short. The screw is here so you can touch anything. Nothing's going to happen. Even you can touch the motherboard. It's fine. So to remove the storage, you don't want to remove the first screw. You want to remove the second screw. So once you remove that one, the storage will come out in 45-degree angle. Next, you want to grab it in 45-degree and slide it backward in 45-degree. Do not yank it up toward the ceiling, otherwise you're going to break the DIMM or the SSD. Just slide it the 45-degree angle. You can remove the SSD from here by removing this screw and slide it out and slide it in, and it just pinches it in. You can grab yourself the adapter for NVMe converter. You can put this one in here and put the screw right at the back, put the enclosure in, and now you have let me see, this is a 256 gig version. So you can have a 256 gig external storage. I recommend you guys to, if you want the best SSD, I'll leave the link in the video description. Go with the Samsung 990 Pro. This is the old one. A 990 Pro up to 2 terabyte with no problem. We have installed up to 2 terabyte NVMe's in here. It works perfectly fine. You can go with a 4 terabyte, but you will need a beefy heatsink. And there is not enough clearance here, space to put a heatsink on the NVMe. So I'll recommend you go maximum 2 terabyte, because with 2 terabytes, you don't need a heatsink. You can get those slim heatsinks. I'll leave link in the video description. You can put those tiny copper shim heatsinks on a 2 terabyte if you want to, but there's no reason that you would need one. Anyway, I don't have one right here, but I have another NVMe, a full size. These are full size NVMe, so you don't have to get this short one, so you don't need an extension. With a full size NVMe, you want to make sure the notch on the NVMe matches the notch on the DIMM. So you want to bring it down in 45-degree angle inside the connector and push it down. And this screw hole has to nicely match. And then what you want to do, you just want to simply put the screw at the back. All right, so this is a demonstration. You don't need to. All right, so let's put the original one back in and bring it down and put the screw. There is no space for second storage. There's no space for 2.5-inch storage or mechanical drive or anything like that. People keep asking me. There's absolutely no space to fit a 2.5-inch drive in here, or there's no more NVMe jacks connectors in here to add another one. So you can only have one. All right, let's see that you upgraded and you removed or replaced it. Grab the bottom cover, put on top, and pinch the corner, the sides. Nicely pinch them together, and it would just make a nice click sound. In the middle, there's a tiny clips in there too. You want to switch back to torque number 5, put the longest screws and the shortest screws on the side, and that should cover up today's video. Again, I hope you guys like this video and helped you guys out to do your own upgrade for storage for your Lenovo IdeaPad 5. If you have any question or requests, feel free to leave them in the video comment, or try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Just gonna finish up putting up the bottom screws.